Hi everyone. We have an on-the-spot Q&A today. This is really the most important time to come and get your questions answered. This is a time for you to ask us anything. So good to see you. How is everyone doing? It's been, for a lot of people, it's been like a crazy week. Collectively, a lot of people are going through so much, and there's just been like almost like a lot of stuff that we've been seeing this collectively, a lot of stuff that has kind of been in the shadow of the psyche, or stuff that has kind of been old has been surfacing for a lot of people. It's just been a heightened time this week collectively, just energetically with things going on. So I'm curious how everyone's doing. How has the last week been for you, for the people who are coming in right now? So I see some questions already coming in. Something that I do want to say, if this is your first time here, if there's something that someone says that resonates with you or you've been through it before, write Yana, Y-A-N-A. Just a reminder for the community that we're not alone and we're all in it together, and your experience is valid and normal, and it's not something that's unique. People have gone through it too. So if someone asks a question or they say something, type Yana if it resonates with you. Can ROCD change your view on your partner? Let's actually take a moment right now and just pause. I'm going to ask the community, can ROCD change your view on your partner? I want everyone to just answer that right now. Can ROCD change your view on your partner? Write yes, write a no down in the comments. I'm just curious what everyone thinks. ROCD has distorted my partner with so much negativity that it feels like I'm not with the same person anymore. My therapist calls it my shadow boyfriend, but so hard to deal with. Feels like I'm losing sense of reality. I can try and bring companion to myself and label this distortions. I love that. I want to hear from all of you. Can ROCD distort how we see our partner? But does ROCD distort the way we see ourselves? Do mental health challenges distort the way we see ourselves? Does depression distort the way we see ourselves? Does being in anxiety distort the way we see ourselves? Really think about that for a moment, everyone. I want to hear yes or no in the comments, and then I will answer this. This goes back really to how you are in response with yourself. I think what can be really disorienting with ROCD is it makes us feel super ungrounded, and almost feels like, for a lot of people, like they're floating or they're depersonalized, or they're not really in reality, right? We call that depersonalization, derealization, when anxiety has taken over so much that we feel like we're not really in reality. That's just something to keep in mind. I talked about this in the part of the course, and I talked about how anxiety distorts the way we see things in front of us. So this can be a good sign, because in a lot of ways we can understand not to take what's in front of us or what we're experiencing so seriously. Because sometimes we can get in this mindset that says, okay, if something's going on in front of me, then it must be real, versus I'm experiencing this, my mind is distorting the reality, and I can give myself that space to know that this isn't based in reality. It can be super disorienting when we're in those moments. So just having that reminder of how much ROCD can distort our reality and how we see things and how it will shift and how we'll feel about certain things can be really helpful for our nervous system, for us to be like, that's part of our ROCD, right? Our ROCD distorts things. That's its job. Something that can be really helpful during these times is that your nervous system is seeking to feel safe. So what are some things that make you feel more grounded, make you feel more in your body? This is about coming back into the body and the embodiment, taking a walk, being outside, touching things, using more of your senses, coming back into things that are enjoyable for you. Can be really helpful. So you're really coming back into the grounding of the body. A couple people said yes, absolutely, the warped views feels incredibly real. So the answer to that is yes. The biggest thing within this is that when we're feeling disconnected from a partner, or a partner feels different, or things feel different, it's really because we're feeling disconnected from ourselves. When we're feeling more grounded within ourselves, then things around us feel more secure. It's really about the nervous system. So again, I'm bringing you back into how you can start to feel more secure within your own nervous system. There are practices within the course about the anxiety, about how to work with anxiety, grounding techniques, but you can even write down a list of what makes you feel more embodied and grounded, and start to play with those different practices on a daily basis, while understanding that this is ROCD's job. Like, cool, ROCD, you're doing your job. You're going to distort things. I can take that in a way where I can know to not take these thoughts so seriously. Totally understand. Giving yourself the space to be like, if I'm in this the next couple months, I'm still going to be okay. It feels disorienting and upsetting, but I'm still going to be okay. The relationship is still going to be okay. I am safe. We are safe. Affirming that to yourself while practicing those grounding techniques. Love that you're working with the therapist. That's great. Hopefully your therapist is helping you with the nervous system techniques as well. I'm so happy that I finally feel like myself healing, but I'm at the stage where I'm actually scared of finding out who I am without my compulsions. The thoughts of what if I don't actually love him are coming up, but what if you find out you're gay and you need to leave him? This looks like OCD's way of latching on and scaring, forcing you to stay small, not let love continue, and continue to trust yourself and know that you've come so far. Do not lose sight of that and have faith in it. You are deserving of his love. I love that. I just got goosebumps. I'm going to be adding something within the course in the next couple weeks or so, and it's going to be on a success path. Okay, it's going to help all of you, and it's going to help you understand a little bit more about the healing and how it works, and just kind of different phases that we're going to go through. And a big part of getting better is that OCD still trying to bring you in and say, well, what if you find out this? You're feeling better. Who am I without the ROCD? Who am I without the relationship anxiety? Who am I without these compulsions? It can almost be like this identity crisis, right? I've been in this obsessive thinking and anxiety for most of my life or for so long. Who am I without it? And so in that way, ROCD can be really comfortable. ROCD and relationship anxiety and all those things can be really comfortable. Who am I without that? And when we get to that, it's a beautiful sign because it means that we in some way have moved through the latching on of the ROCD, and we go into a greater space of, I am still okay. I am here for me, and I trust in myself. It's a continual trusting, right? It's a continual trusting, and the more we trust, the more it's like, think of it as like a little kid that has been really hurt, and it's going to take the little kid time to trust you. And you're building that relationship with that little kid to say, I got you. But the little kid isn't going to trust you right away because it's been hurt. So over a couple weeks, over a couple days, it might start to trust you. But then one day it might be like, wait, no, I don't trust you again. You still build that relationship. That's what it's about. Saying, I know you don't trust me, love. I know it feels scary, but I'm here. And then you slowly build that relationship together. And that's the nervous system starting to settle and start to trust in you, in life, and your partner. So it's a beautiful process, but it takes time with that. How to restore trust and deal with ROCD when there's been a previous break in trust in a relationship, too much proximity and closeness in friendhood that I found inappropriate. Even though I forgave, it's difficult to stop ruminating and bring up the subject to my partner. We worked on it through therapy. I choose to continue being my partner because we learn and grow together. I would ask yourself this question. This is a little bit more cognitive NLP, but what is this obsession protecting you from? What is this protecting you from? So obsessions come in, rumination comes in, all of these protective mechanisms come in because they think they're doing you a service. It thinks it's helping you. It's not the case, but it thinks it's doing something to protect you. So what could be happening here? I'm just gonna throw out some things that could be happening in accordance to having worked with so many people, knowing about how all of this works, is that it could be protecting you from the risk of trying again with your partner, and that can feel super scary, and there can be fear there that you may not be accessing within your body that wants to be seen and held and integrated. So when we drop away from the obsessive thoughts, then we move into the vulnerability of love, of, oh my God, I'm going to try this again, and I'm going to be shaky, and I'm so scared. And so the obsessive thoughts are protecting us in some way, right? Like that's their job. So you can ask yourself, ask this part of your brain when it comes up, when it's scared to take the leap, what are you protecting me from? It might say, I'm protecting you from getting hurt again, right? That's why I'm here. Again, understand that it's fear. It's not based in true reality. And we can understand why it's there more. Okay, hopefully that's helpful for you. That can be something to play around with. I feel that my partner is living an unhealthy lifestyle. It triggers me a lot. I'm scared that we're different in some ways. I even asked him compulsively if he thinks that we have different values. He says no. But as a usual compulsion, it didn't bring freedom. So my question is how to deal with this. I tell myself I'm safe, I'm loved. I give myself the emotions. Tune with my inner child. It's a process I'm working with. Beautiful. I love your answer. My question would be what an unhealthy lifestyle looks like. Would you be able to write that down below? What do you mean by that? What is an unhealthy lifestyle to you? Because this might be more couples work instead of ROCD work. Can ROCD and relationship anxiety cause you to feel like you're lying and being authentic? Can it change? I'm trying to work through this by pushing through and doing these live actions, taking normally, but my mind always tells me I'm a liar. The wisdom I would give myself is that compulsions happen from a place of feeling urgent, panic, and needing. Right. A more compulsive. So let's talk about this for a moment. There's nothing bad with reassurance. It's actually just part of us making sure that things around us are stable and that we're feeling stable. The difference is when it causes suffering, which is the compulsive reassurance that doesn't actually give us relief and actually makes us feel worse in terms of the healthy reassurance and then the confession of the reassurance. And you answered your own question so beautifully, love. When we are coming from a place of just like a more secure reassurance, it doesn't need an answer right now, right away. Like our life doesn't depend on it, right? We could even say, oh, I can get your answer later. I'm curious, or maybe I won't even get your answer, but I would like to get your input. Maybe sometime this afternoon, right? Or maybe sometime tomorrow we can talk about it versus I need to know right now. Like, do you love me? Like, are you there? Like, are you sure? Like, do I love you? Like, how do you know it's right? What we're trying to do is we're trying so bad and so urgently to run away from what is here. So that's a really big way to know. My fear is that spirituality will impact my relationship in a negative way, causing my partner and I to break up. My partner respects my belief system. I would have called I should be with someone. Sarah, did you take the ROCD for Spirituality Masterclass? Because 100% we talk about that. Let me know. If you haven't, I highly recommend the ROCD and Spirituality Masterclass that Manon and I did. We talked everything spirituality in regards to cognitive distortions, in regards to attachment style trauma that plays a part with spirituality. And it is, I must say, an excellent masterclass that we did. I highly recommend it if you haven't already. You can go to awakenintolove.com, go to the right, and it says courses and then masterclass. You'd be able to see the ROCD for Spirituality Masterclass. And actually, before you do so, feel free to just email Crystal. Let her know that you're interested in it. So support@awakenintolove.com, email her and let her know that you and I talked about you wanting to get the Spirituality for Masterclass, and just email her first. You'll get a lot of really good information. I'm really excited for you. I almost want to say, okay, so my fear of spirituality will impact my relationship in a negative way, causing my partner and I break up. Spirituality, I'm going to add a should here. We can take it lightly. True empowering spirituality is something that is empowering and loving. It's not something that creates more fear, and it's not something that creates disempowerment. True spirituality is about having empowerment and choice and being able to be creative, because spirituality is creativity. So when we're in true spirituality, we're creative. So it's not so black or white, because when we're in black or white thinking, we're in a distortion, right? There's a lot of stuff I could go into here. Yeah. Okay, religion especially is very black or white. There's nothing wrong with that. There can be such beautiful things in religion that can help you. But religion can play a part in black or white thinking. It can also play in trauma. It can play in just very cognitive distortion. True spirituality is a creativity. It's being able to choose. It's being able to have a feeling of empowerment, like you can create something within yourself and your relationship. So I'm just going to say right now that I would assume that you're in a cognitive distortion, and I would just take it from there, okay? So just keep that in mind of what I said. I'm working on myself by noticing different upbringings. Yeah, I love that. Beautiful. I guess my struggle is that I've been constant in a few months. Yes, okay. I'm trying to work through this by pushing through. I think that when I hear these type of things, many of you know I'm very passionate about spirituality and anything in regards to spirituality and even religion, because that was something that was so triggering of mine. So I feel like I have so much knowledge in that I really want to share with a lot of you on how to work with this. When you have a partner that may be different in terms of spirituality or religion with you, it's teaching you something really great. I've found that through myself and through a lot of people who are religious or practice spirituality. It's taking them deeper into love. So I'm excited for you in that way. I never thought I'd be afraid of finding out who I am without the compulsions, but here I am. I get so triggered by old pictures because my thoughts say they're proof that our relationship was built on a lie. Because even if I were to look happy at the moment the picture was taken, I couldn't stop questioning our love. I realized that these are black or white thoughts, memories I tell myself. Even if I was experiencing RCD with pictures taking, I was still having good moments in front of me. I love that. If we can start to see relationships more as this playground of exploration and trying and failing in different ways and then trying again, talking about within a relationship, if we can start seeing it in that way and not see it so much in, oh, we fell in love in the beginning, then we had an amazing time, then I felt perfect, and then it was great, and our relationship was built off of that. If we can see it more as a playground of a trial and error, and we're exploring, and sometimes we're going to have periods or months or years where it's just like in the darkness and there's doubts, and that's almost like the fueling compost needed in order to actually grow a relationship, then we will have less pressure on ourselves. The thing about the past, and I can say this in a way that's a little bit more subjective, but it's really true, is that it doesn't matter anymore. And what I mean by that is it doesn't dictate our future. It doesn't have to dictate our future. You could have had 10 years of doubts and have the next 10 years be incredible. And what I say by that then is that the 10 years before don't even matter. So part of it could also be like a grieving, a letting go of that part of yourself, or something that's holding on to yourself. It's almost as though that's evidence for something, or sadness that it wasn't a certain way. But you get to start to create your life moving forward. That's your empowerment. Maybe the first couple months or the first couple years were more messy. That's okay. There's no set rules of how a relationship needs to be. You get to decide that now, today, and moving forward. Just wanted to say that for all of you. Hopefully that was helpful, love. Just keep that in mind. It's something small. Could go a little bit deeper into it, but just something to keep in mind, okay? It's Q&A. I'm afraid that I never feel pure joy, carefree, and without fear or sadness. Yes. Awesome. Great. I'm glad that you're trying to find a therapist that can help you, love. Whenever we're in a never, always, or should, we are in a cognitive distortion. And it's okay to feel that fear too. It's okay to embrace that part of your inner child that says, I'm so scared I'm never going to feel in love. I'm so scared I'll never be happy. And you look at that part of you, and you look at that inner child, you look at that nervous system part of you and say, I know you're so scared, love. I'm here. But there's a potential for something different. We could have an amazing future. What if we have an incredible future together? Let's try. And I'm just going to leave it at that. Anyone on here, Yana, it does get better. It's so true, it does. It's just asking yourself what would you like a little bit more from him, or what you are seeking a little bit more in the relationship, and how you can start to build that within your partnership together. Yeah, communicating with him. So I think that there's like two things going on here. I think that what's happening is that you are probably wanting more quality time together, maybe more presence with him. And what's happening is, instead of asking for that, or instead of expressing that, communicating, because I know that can be so hard. Communication can be so hard, right? There's ROCD, and then there's also like relationship stuff, communicating, asking for things, boundary work, which we'll get into within our next program, I promise everyone, because this is a really big part of relationship and really making a relationship more fulfilling. Is that communication and asking for things can be scary, because there can be also feelings like, what if that doesn't get met, right? Or what if they say no, and that vulnerability can be really scary. But I would ask yourself how you can express to him, like, love, what I long for within my heart is for us to connect more. Do you think we could start to connect more together? Or do you think maybe the word connect for his language won't really work? So maybe something that can work for your partner would be more of a sense of, I long to spend more time with you. That would look like, us maybe eating outside to dinner, maybe like for 30 minutes, or just more time spent. This is something that's really important for me, and I really desire to be more with you, right? So you can ask for those things. You can ask for those wants within your partnership, and then play around with that. But asking for things can feel scary, it can feel risky, but it is so important, okay? If he were to say something else, or he were to say, no, that's not something that I could do, then that's also a deeper conversation to have with him, right? It's about communication is so important, and it's such a big part of relationships. But if we don't communicate with our partner, we feel afraid to, and we're not able to express the things that are coming to our heart, then we can start to feel stuck, right? And sometimes it can really be as simple as expressing that we want to spend more quality time together, and the obsessions can go down as well. That's it for today. Hope this was helpful for you. I hope you have a great rest of the week, great rest of the weekend. Be gentle on yourself. I'm so proud of you all for being here. And I'll talk to you all soon. Bye, everyone.